Friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is Angular 16 step-by-step guide for creating CRUD operations. We are almost reaching the end of this particular mini series. We have covered so far creating of template, designing the template, generation of components, services, routing, all the CRUD functionality, read, update, delete, and today we are going to do a little bit of code cleanup and refactoring of the code. If you see the application that we have built so far, we have the mat table, we have the filtering, we have the pagination, we have the view, we have the delete, we have the edit, we have the create new. All of this I'll make sure that you're getting this source code in the next episode when I do the final demo. But before that, there is a little bit of refactoring that we need to do. If you are following this series, you would see that I have written a lot of subscriptions, but I haven't really closed them down using ngDestory. That's one. Also, I want to make sure there are better improvements in terms of showing the messages, right? So little bit of those we'll do and clean up the application. In the next part, I'm going to give you a final demo and then source code access. So today we are going to add ngDestory to our components. We'll see and add snack bar messages for more better UI, and we'll add some metrics to dashboard. Right now there are no metrics that we covered, it's static values, so we'll cover that also. Okay, without wasting time, let's jump right into code. So the first thing, I'll go into my credit cards module. I have my add, so let's go there and let's start. I'll clean up the code. No, we don't need console logs anymore. Instead, what I'm going to do is take this into a subscription, and then we will use ngDestory to destroy that. Okay, so what you can do is inside the save credit card, we'll write this dot subscription equal to, now it would give you error that it's not defined, so for that we will define, and you can say private subscription is of type subscription. Okay, so that way what will happen is you are now telling that it's a subscription, so ideally process it accordingly. Okay, so that way it would be easy for you to subscribe to any of the details that we are passing. Okay, we also need to make some more changes, so let's go ahead and do that and make sure that we are returning appropriately. Okay, so let's see what's the error. It says its subscription has no initializer. Okay, because that's fine, don't worry about that. Instead we'll do a quick fix on it and just do undefined, that should be fine. Okay, so here I'm collecting it in the subscription, so we can just write a simple ng on destroy method, and what it would do is it would just destroy it once the component is no more in the view. Okay, so ng on destroy, we will write a this dot subscription. Then what you would do, then you would say this dot subscription dot unsubscribe. That's all we have to do. Okay, fairly simple piece of code. All we are doing is we are telling it that it's a type of subscription, and the values is coming from the create save credit card. And on ngDestory we are saying if there is a subscription, if the component was destroyed, all we are doing is unsubscribing to that particular component. Okay, now same logic I will apply in edit and view and other components also. Let's go to delete. Now see here we are showing a throwing a alert in delete, right? Instead, can we make it better? Let's see, maybe throw a Matsnackbar. That may be better looking option. So let's go to that and see if we can do that. Okay, so first things first, we will write our destroy. Okay, and then we would go about business in terms of um, creating a kind of a method which would destroy it. So in delete we'll do a different way. Okay, um, what I'll do is I'll write private, and this is where I would do. So let's say or instead of we can do a subject void also. That's again different way of doing it. um, like I said, there are different ways of doing it. I'm going to follow simple way. That way it's much easy, right? um, okay, so let me get started. Right, So this is where I would do my subscription, and instead let's just show some message, right? Um, you want to show a snack bar, okay? In the delete, instead of this, we'll show a snack bar for now, and we'll see how it goes. If we want, we can add other things. All right. So let's do that. Okay, so here I'm going to do add okay, so this is what you would choose at snack bar. Okay, so now what is it saying? Cannot find private. uh, oh, we are writing inside it, not here. You are ending the constructor here, and we have to write it here and comma. Okay, so now we got a mat snack bar instance, and for deletion we can just put that particular uh, show message, right? And probably we can create a method. This is our constructor method, so I'll create a new method. I'll say show success message, right? And you can just pass a message which will be a string, right? Which we will call it here, and we can do something like this dot show success message, and we'll pass a message and say credit card deleted successfully. Okay, and in this particular thing we will bring up the instance of snackbar which we created, which is Matsnackbar dot. Now this is where we'll show. Now this has different options that we can pass. Okay, and but the most basic one would be to pass a message. Okay, now you can also give the close things, you can also give the duration, etc. in the um, you know uh, options that to customize, but I'm not giving everything. um, let's just say horizontal position end, and maybe one more which is vertical position. I think it's start, no, it's stop, sorry. Okay, and last, we can give a class if we want, but for now I'm leaving it empty. Just a basic this should be basic thing, that should be fine. This is our show success message. Okay, now we will also need to kind of delete it, right? Since we are reading it here, and we'll also create an instance to destroy it. So let's do ng on destroy. Now what this will do is we will just destroy the instance and we'll complete that. Okay, so I'm going to create a simple um, say subject, right, if you would like, and I'm going to call it here after credit card. I'm going to say private, and you can have something like this and say it's of subject, right? And just say void, that means of any type, equal to new subject of again type void, and close this. Okay, so now you have the destroy thing which we created a subscription basically. And what you can do is inside this, whenever you're making a call, you can assign that value, and you can just say dot pipe, right? Instead of directly doing it the subscription, we can just call it pipe right before this. Okay, so what I can do is something like a pipe, and then I can use, say, take until. Okay, this is one way, and this destroy. And now what I'm saying is take until, that means till it is done, and use this subscription. And in my ng destroy, I'm just going to use, um, again we can check and destroy, or in destroy we can just say destroy dot next. So it would go, and then we can say destroy dot complete, or sorry, closed or complete. Yeah, so complete. So this way my subscription and ng on destroy is complete along with the snack bar. Okay, Let me quickly show you how that looks. Let's go and delete something. So you can see here credit card successfully closed, and that is done. And let's check for if any console errors. No console errors, so this part is good. Okay, so right now I'm showing it at the end, but you can again show it at the bottom, at the start, etc., wherever you would like that. All right, let's go move on to the next piece, which is we did the add, we did the delete. Same way, let me quickly do it for edit. Edit is little bigger, but that's okay. Let's get started and we will be able to wrap it. All right, so now you know there are different ways of how you can really modify it and add the required destroy class. A lot of people think it's not important, but it is absolutely important for you to make sure that every time we are doing, we need to make sure that we are cleaning it up. If you don't, it will take toll on your performance. Okay, remember this very, very important piece. Now, same way, just like how I have done here, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to take that subscription of a subject and then we will destroy. Got it? That's the simplest thing I can tell you. So I will write the same code again here, or if you would like, you can copy paste. But writing is right when you write multiple times, right? Your hands get used to it. At least that's what I feel. Do let me know if you think otherwise. So you can create a subject and say it's void equal to new subject, subject again of type void, and it's a function. So there you have your subscription ready. And now when you're doing the get credit card by ID, right before that, right before that, you can just do a pipe and you can say take until, and you can say take until this dot it's not destroyed, take it till then. That's all you need to do when you're reading the data. Okay, now again the same logic, since you are doing multiple subscriptions here, right? Say update credit card here. So I'm going to modify this also now, remove this console. Instead what I'll do here also, I'll implement the same logic. I'll say this dot update credit card with data dot pipe take until, and this dot destroy, and then I'm going to write this dot subscribe. We'll get the data from our server, and you can just do a subscription here. Instead, we would like to show some nice message, so we'll say show success message. And what we will do, create an instance of Matsnackbar again in our constructor snack bar, and you can say mat snack bar. So you got a nice beautiful mat snack bar. Every time it's edited, you can say this dot message dot open, and you need to pass some which will be of type string. And in the subscribe, we can say this dot show success message and say credit card updated successfully. So this is when you're working mostly with mat snack bar, right? Don't have multiple methods. Right now I'm writing it in each component. I can even do it better by writing a common service through which I can just call it, right? So there are different variations. There are different preferences that people use. I like to do it this way. Again, in a common way that's much easy to maintain the code. So now we have done the mat snack bar also. So once it's updated successfully, we will see this success message. Last thing, ng on destroy, and what we are going to do is simply use our subject and we'll say next, and we'll complete this and say dot complete. That's it. Boom, boom. So our edit code is also refactored. Now it will not throw any performance issues when you actually use it. We are also using pipe and make sure that till it is not destroyed, you accept it. And instead of alerts or console logs, we are showing a snow mat snack bar. All right, the last component we have is the view component. So let's quickly refactor that. I'll not make it too long this video, but you get the essence. The end in the next episode, like I said, I will give you a complete demo and working of this. So I'm going to use the same logic right here again. Destroy. I prefer this way. It's much easy to maintain. It's much easy for people to understand the code that you're writing, and it's easy to follow, right? So what you're doing here is just a basic subscription, right? Okay, so now what we can do till before subscribe, you will write dot pipe take until, and then you'll write this dot destroy. That's the common thing you see. So that's the beauty about writing code in certain way, that you don't have to refactor it too much. You don't have to juggle around showing too much code. It's common code, easy to understand, easy to implement, and if you see, all of this is same, right? This dot destroy dot complete, I have written it almost 3 times now in components. And if you would like, just the way you have done the show success message, copy it again, use it in this component, and import that Matsnackbar in the constructor, and snack bar, and Matsnackbar, and boom boom. Now let's just call this method inside, and you can say this dot show success message and say credit card loaded successfully. Okay, and that should bring up the view component. All right, those are all the cleanup work that I've done. I will show you quickly how I would do the metrics part, okay, before I leave you today, and then in the last episode I'm going to show you how to the entire basically the full demo of the application. Okay, all right, so what we are going to do is have simple data and do some calculations around it, and that's pretty much that we'll do, nothing crazy out here. um, so let's go to our credit cards component, and if you see the HTML at the top, we have this matrix which says 10, 20, 30 like that, which are pretty much right now static. Okay, so instead all we will do is go to our components, and you will see the data sort and the uh, this thing. That's where we are loading the data actually, right? So what I'm going to do is write a new method at the end, and I'm going to say calculate metrics. Okay, what this method will do is simply do the calculation part. Now this calculation will differ based on your application or something, but you can just simply say that this dot calculate metrics. What this method would do, now let's go, and here we are going to use that method to get the data, okay, because we already have that data processed. So let's say we are going to have a variable, okay, and I'm going to call it credit card maximum amount. Let's say anything, it can be really any name, it's just a variable name that I'm throwing, and it will be a number because we are working with metrics, and initially the value is 0. And in the calculate part, I'm going to say this dot calculate metrics, no, credit card maximum amount is equal to, now I'm just simply going to write a array method and do some filtering. Okay, now it can be tricky, it can be uh, like it again depends really like what kind of complex operations we are going to do, but for this I'm just going to say credit cards, I'm going to filter, and then I will check here that card dot maximum credit if it is greater than 3000, let's say, right? Now what do we want of it? It's a number that we want, so we are interested in returning a number. Now see here, all this is doing is, just check this one line, this dot credit card maximum amount, in the list of credit cards that we got, filter and check which has the max credit and take the length. So this will give me all the credit cards which are having more than 3000 as max credit. And what do we do with this variable? You can go to the template with 3000 amount, and here using interpolation we'll just bind that particular variable. So now you see it says amount of maximum credit. So these are all 3000. See, that's why. But oh no, there is more. Wait, here we have 10,000 and 12,000, but it's not taking that. So let's check why. Credit card max credit card is um, greater than 3000. So ideally it should have given. Let's do a quick debug. This dot credit cards. All right, let's check what is the value we are getting. If your code works in the first go, that means something is wrong with your side. Okay, so we have the max credit 10,000 and 12,000, but okay, now it's showing. See, it's showing correctly 3. Okay, so that's how we can add. So let's say total number of cards. Right now you can add other conditions. Right now you can take the length of cards, you can do some manipulation, whatever you want to do, arithmetic things, we can do it here and just map that particular variable back. Okay, credit card. Okay, credit card. Now here you can take an array and take to filtering, map, sum, all the array methods that basically we would do. Okay, so I will do that, number of cards, etc. I'll put some metrics for you, but you know how to publish the metrics now. All right, so that's a lot of coding today in one go. What all did we achieve today? We added the ngDestory, we added the snack bar messages, we added some metrics, that is only essentially only one metric, but say interest rate less than 10. Again, you can add anything of those conditions, like say interest rate is um, greater than 7%, right? Credit card max interest. Define this again in the top at the metrics, and it's a number initialized to 0, and take this and bind it in the template using interpolation, and now you can see total number of cards with more than interest rate is 16, etc., and so on and so forth. So I will add the rest of the two metrics also, and in the next episode we will conclude this particular series by doing the final demo, and I'll show you how you can get the source code and work in your local. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're enjoying. If you like my work and tutorials, please do buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/rtutorials. Thank you so much again for joining. See you in the next and the final episode. Thank you.